Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Corner, or welcome if you are new to my channel. So, in this video, I thought I would jump on and do a tier list ranking for the Friday the 13th franchise, since we're kind of in the middle of summer now, June 16th here. And instead of doing the movies, I thought I would do the Final Girls, because I did one of these for the movies a while back. I can't remember if it was earlier this year or maybe even the end of last year. But anyway, I thought I would jump on here and rank the 12 Final Girls from the 12 Friday the 13th films. So the tier list rankings are all time Final Girl. That's what FG stands for. Awesome, which is just one tier below that. Good, okay, meh, and bad. So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna go with. So we're just gonna go ahead and go with the order of them. Well, no, I guess it's not the order of the movies. I'm just looking down at how they got them down here. They jump around a little bit, so we'll just go in the order in which they have them, though. So the first Final Girl's obviously from the original Friday the 13th, and that is Alice. And I'm going to put this in the okay category. If you've seen my Friday the 13th content, you know that I don't think Alice is so much a final girl as she is the last girl to survive in that movie. And there's a distinction there. I just don't think they really knew what they had with the final girl quite yet with the original Friday the 13th. Um, though I don't think she's terrible at all by any means. I think she's okay, but again, she just doesn't. She's not quite in the mold of a final girl as we come to know it. To me, more like the last girl alive. So yeah, Alice. Alice is going to be in the okay tier. And just a second here, let me pull up my. I wanted to look something up here quick. Sorry about this, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. Oh, so I did meet Adrienne King, and I will say that she's a very nice woman. I got an autograph from her and a picture. So certainly nothing against the actress. I just think the way the character was written and the fact she kind of got her ass handed to her a little bit by Pamela Voorhees, a much older woman. Although she did some damage to her too. But again, I think Alice goes in the okay category. Next up, we got Chris from Friday the 13th, Part 3, or 3D. And this might shock some people because she seems to be kind of a polarizing one. I don't really understand why. I like Chris. She's actually one of my favorite final girls for this franchise. She's not quite all time final girl, but I am going to put her in the awesome category. Um, Granted, I'll give you that the backstory that she has with Jason's kind of lame, and but again, that has nothing to do with that's the writing of the movie. And so yeah, I mean that part I'm not crazy about with the character of Chris, but as far as her taking on Jason at the end of this movie, she does everything and in some ways more than any other final girl in this franchise. So Chris Higgins has got to go in the awesome category to me. I think she's one of the top three final girls of this franchise. And I haven't met Dana Kimmel. She doesn't do too many conventions, I don't think. Um, so I haven't been able to get her autograph yet. Hopefully she decides to do one that I can attend at some point in the future. But okay, so next on we're up to Jenny, played by Amy Steele from Friday the 13th Part 2. And to me, she's an old timer. I think she's the best final girl of this franchise because she uses her brains to defeat Jason in a lot of ways and some physical things as well. But mostly it's the psychology degree that she has, the schooling that she has, that she's able to outsmart Jason. And I just really like Amy Steele as an actress. Was able to meet her and get her autograph and a picture. She's very nice as well. So that was definitely an honor. But yeah, as far as this franchise go, Amy Steele is the top of the heap for me as Jimmy from Friday the 13th Part 2. Now we've got from Jason Goes to Hell. What's her name? Why did I forget the character's name just now? Uh, just give me a second. That's why I've got my phone up. Jessica Kimball, played by Carrie Keegan. I'm gonna put her in the okay category after Alice. That's a Jason Goes to Hell. I don't hate the movie as much as some other people, but I will admit that I don't think Jessica's the strongest final girl. She happens to be related to Jason, but it's Steven that does most of the damage. Really, he's the one that we follow for most of the movie. And even though I thought Carrie Keegan did a good job, the actress, and obviously I haven't met her. She doesn't do horror conventions. In fact, she doesn't. I don't think she has anything to do with Jason Goes to Hell, frankly, from what I've read. But anyway, with that being said, as a final girl, I just think she's okay. She does stick the dagger in Jason's heart and ultimately kills him. But I don't know, the whole way that that was sort of set up really didn't work for me, and I just don't think she's as strong a final girl as some of the other ones. So she's in the okay category. This one's kind of tough because now we've got from Freddy versus Jason. Just a second here. For some reason, names are escaping me. The characters' names. Laurie Campbell from Freddy versus Jason. What do I want to do with her? If we were going by easy on the eyes, an attractive final girl, she would be up here at least. Maybe there, probably here though. But we're not doing that. We're going with final girl. I'm almost tempted to put her in May. I've never been a big fan of her as a final girl. Um, I don't know. I don't think Monica Keenan's the best actress in the world. Admittedly, I haven't seen her in everything that she's done. But in this role, I just didn't really care for. I think I'll keep her in okay. But she's gonna be after these two for me in this order. I just never been the biggest fan of that character, other than Easy on the Eyes. And I know she's got some terrible dialogues and terrible lines that she delivers at the end of this movie, which is partly the writing, but also part of the delivery, I think. I don't know. It's just not a fan of hers as a final girl, so I'm gonna keep her in the okay category. Now we got Megan Garris, and again, if this was an attractive category, she'd be up here. But for final girl, I'm going to put her in the good category. I don't think she's quite awesome or all timer, um, but I really like this character. I think she might be my favorite final girl, just in terms of her sassy attitude and just kind of everything about her. The fact that she does stand up and she doesn't just lay down or anything. Or but with that being said, Tommy Jarvis does a lot of the damage to Jason, and he has to actually save Megan at one point towards the end of the movie. So that's why I can't really put her in awesome or all time final girl because she's kind of got a partner there. But I do think she's a good final girl, and like I said, she is one of my. If I was basing this just on my favorites, she'd probably be up higher. But being objective as a final girl and the criteria for that, I think she goes in the good category. It's obviously from Jason. Um, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. I think she's got a pretty good chemistry with Tommy Jarvis in the movie. And it's a movie where they definitely took the gloves off and they went with more of the fun aspect. And I think that as a character she really fits into that. So I really like Megan as a final girl, but I'm gonna put her in good. Um, Now we've got Pam for part five, and this is another one that I maybe have higher than other people do. I've never really understood the hate for Pam. I mean, I know some people, if you're not crazy about Friday the 13th, part five, A New Beginning, you're probably not going to have her higher. I think she's kind of in the middle. I don't think she's one of the strongest ones, but I also don't think, for me anyway, she's not one of the worst ones in the franchise. I'm going to put her right behind Megan in the good category. I actually like Friday the 13th, part five. I think it's a really fun, schlocky 80s slasher movie. Probably more of an 80s slasher movie than a Friday the 13th Jason movie. Although, if you basically skip out like 2 minutes towards the end, you'd never know that Jason's not in the movie. But that's neither here nor there. But I think Pam does, she takes a chainsaw to Jason. She has some confrontation with him for sure. So, and she's one that I haven't met in person. Even though I did have access last year at in Kentucky at the Scream. What do you call it? Um, oh my goodness, my brain is not working today, guys. Why can I not think of the name of it? Scarefest. I was on the right track. Scarefest last year. But I got a lot of the Final Girls autographs, but not hers from the Friday the 13th franchise. So I'm hoping that she comes back and I'm able to get it this year at some point. But um, and obviously I didn't get Megan Garris either, played by Jennifer Cook, because she doesn't do conventions either. Much like Jessica Kimball. Um, then I haven't got Monica Keena because I don't. I think she does some, but I haven't been to any that she does. I don't think she does as many. So these three, I'm probably not going to get an autograph for. Her, hopefully I still well. Her, hopefully I still well. These two I have. So if you're keeping track of that, but yeah, Pam is going to be in the good category after Megan. Oh, this pains me a little. But to be honest, to be objective, I'm going to have to put Rennie from Part 8. Jason Takes a Boat or Jason Takes Manhattan, whatever you like. The worst movie in the Friday the 13th franchise for my money. And even though I in some ways I like Rennie, I think she's a very sweet girl, and I certainly like the actress that played her, whose autograph I did get last year at Scarefest, Jensen Daggett. Very nice woman. Really enjoyed meeting and chatting with her a little bit. But she's just in the worst movie in this franchise, and her Final Girl just doesn't really have much going on. I mean, um, they have that whole backstory with the visions and stuff, and then how she defeats Jason with the toxic sludge at the end. Oh God. I mean, it's not all her fault, but I mean, I can't put her any higher than this. I think she is sort of a meh final the 13th Friday the 13th final girl, if I'm being objective about it. So yeah, Rennie goes is the first one to go in the meh category. I'm not going to put her in bad, but meh. And now we've got Lexi Doig from what's her Jason X, who plays Rowan. Um, I guess I'll put her in the good category at the back end. She starts out, I think the first half of this movie, she'd probably be awesome. But as the movie goes on, as Jason X goes on, and I do like Jason X on a so bad it's good level for what it's worth. Um, she kind of fizzles out a little bit just because her character's not really focused on as the final girl. She's more or less there to be the exposition dump to give the information to the space team, basically. Because of course, if you've seen the movie, she goes back and she goes into the future with Jason. She's cryogenically frozen like he is, and so she has all the knowledge on him and stuff. And even though I think she's a pretty cool character, like I said, the second half of the movie is really not about her. It doesn't really have a lot going on. But overall, I think Rowan is a good Friday the 13th character, though at the lower end of it. Um, Now we've got Tina Shepard, Laura Park Lincoln, who I also met last fall at Scarefest. That's where I got most of the autographs from the Final Girls because they had like five of them there, and I think I got four of them as far as getting their autographs and getting a picture with them. Laura Park Lincoln was a very nice woman as well to meet and chat with a little bit. She was probably the most um, I don't know what the enthusiastic or just she seemed like the one that was really excited about being there, and not to say the other ones weren't, but she just kind of had a she just I don't know how to describe it, but she was really into it. She was very enthusiastic, very fun, having a good time with the whole convention. So yeah, I really enjoyed meeting Laura Parkland. As far as the character of Tina Shepard, I think she's awesome. I'm going to put her behind Chris though, because Chris doesn't have supernatural powers, and um, Tina does, and that's not Chris's fault. And Chris confronts her as much as Tina does. Now Tina does more damage to Jason, but that's because she's got the supernatural powers. But that being said, she still does confront him. She drops a house on him, basically a porch. She rips his mask off. She does a lot of damage to him, and that can't be ignored. And so I think she's an awesome final girl. Not quite an all timer though, because I think it's kind of a cheat with the supernatural powers. That's maybe just me. Um, Now we've got sorry, I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering characters' names. I must have Trish Jarvis, played by Kimberly Beck, who I also met and got an autograph for last fall. She was another one that was there. Unfortunately, she had a mask on because I got her autograph on Saturday. Friday night, she didn't have a mask that she was wearing, but then she came down with something. I don't know if it was hopefully it was just a cold or something and not, but I think she was worried that it might be COVID. And with 2 more days of meeting fans, she had a mask on. So I did get a picture out with her mask on, which isn't the ideal, but I understand. I wasn't going to get mad about it. She's also a very nice woman, um, Kimberly Beck. I really enjoyed meeting her. So let's see. I got one, two, three, four. Oh, I guess I did get. It was 5 out of 6 that I got. There were 6 Friday the 13th final girls there, and I didn't get Pam's, Melanie Kinnaman, the actress, but I did get, hopefully, like I said, I know she does more conventions, so hopefully I'll get a chance to get hers. But I got Amy Steele, I got Laura Park Lincoln, I got Kimberly Beck, I got Adrienne King and Jensen Daggett. So 5 out of 6, that's what it was last year. Anyway, Kimberly Beck as Trish Jarvis. I really like Trish as a final girl. I mean, she stuck up for her brother. She did damage to Jason. She took a hammer to his head. Um, not only did she do damage to him, but she told him what she was going to do before she did the damage to him. So she definitely stood up for her brothers, like a good big sister and a really good final girl, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I think Trish is one of the better final girls, frankly, in this franchise. She's also in the best Friday the 13th movie for my money, the final chapter. So I really like her as a final girl. And then finally, we have Whitney, who I believe is played by, and I forget the actress's name. Um, Whitney Miller, played by Amanda Rigetti. I almost want to put her in bad because I'm not a big fan. First of all, I'm not a fan of her being the final girl, as she's basically held captive most of the movie. But she's also got one of the worst lines in the entire franchise at the end of dialogue. I'm gonna put her in meh, I'm gonna put her behind Jensen Daggett, um, as Rennie from Part Eight. Even though the Friday the 13th remake is much better than Friday the 13th Part Eight. Um, Danielle Panabaker should have been the final girl. I mean, I know they were probably trying to subvert expectations and make you think she was going to be, and then they kill her, but it was kind of unceremoniously, and they didn't really need to do that. I just thought Danielle Panabaker her character was a much better final girl. I forget what was her character's name, Jenna. She should have been the final girl because Whitney Miller gets captured by Jason and basically is held captive by him until the very end, where she has to get rescued by Jenna and what's his name, Clay, Jared Padalecki, and then she does her stuff, which isn't really that much, and Clay is still there with her. So I just don't think she's that strong of a final girl. I don't think she should have been the final girl in this movie. Maybe I'm biased, but that's just how I feel. So there you have it, guys. These are the 12 Friday the 13th final girls and how I have them. To me, Jenny stands above. These three are right there, though, as being awesome and then good, obviously, three and okay. And then you got the two sort of meh. One because she's in a bad movie with bad character writing. And to be honest, Jensen Daggett's not great as an actress either in the movie. I think she got better as her career went on because I think she was only 18 or 19 when this movie was made. But and then Whitney Miller shouldn't have been the final girl. So then, with that being said, go ahead and comment down below. I'm sure there's lots of disagreements that people are going to have out there, and that's fine. I'd be interested in hearing them. How would you change my tier list around, if at all? Would you move some of my higher ones down and some of my lower ones up? Comment down below. I'd like to hear it. Please like this video, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my great horror content, as I plan to have more tier lists coming up on my channel, both live and as just regular videos that I drop that aren't live. And then obviously my continued 1980s overall horror series for the year 1980. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this tier list video for the Friday the 13th Final Girls, and I hope everybody's doing well, and as always, stay scared. Bye.